to Grace in Motherhood. I am so glad that you are here with me. Thank you. Thank you for listening today. What I want to do in this first episode is introduce myself and introduce the podcast. Who am I and why am I starting this podcast? Okay, so let's begin. My name is Roma. Like I said, I'm 37 years old. I was born in Mexico. I have 2 children, 2 teens. My daughter is 17 years old and my son is 14 years old. I am currently going through a divorce. And if you would have asked me last year in March 2024 that this year, March 2025, I was going to be recording my first episode for a podcast, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have. It is just amazing how God guides us and He keeps on showing us the next steps to take in our lives. So I am very grateful for that. And I am grateful for what He is going to keep on doing in me and through me and in my children. So thank you again for listening. I really appreciate it. Now, let me rewind a little and I'm gonna share with you how this podcast came about. So I was a real estate agent before. I still have my real estate agent's license. For 6 years, I've had it already. Actively pursuing being a successful real estate agent for 4 years. I tried networking. I tried social media marketing. I tried door knocking. I was doing what I was told I was supposed to do in order to be successful, to get clients, to help people. And that was my mentality. I want to help people. I want to be able to show them how to buy a house, how to sell their house. And I was learning in the process, but I never really got a client. I got people interested and we were in the process, but nothing ever finalized. So no income was coming in from that. But I was pouring money into it because you're supposed to. This is more like a business than a job or a career. You are constantly putting money in to get results for different things. You have to spend money to keep going with this business, right? So anyways, I was not seeing any results from it, no fruit at all from my efforts, and that was frustrating. So last year around September, October, I believe, is when I really got serious. I was asking God and I was praying, and I had been asking Him already for the previous years. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this what I'm supposed to do? That was my constant prayer. Do I keep on doing this? I don't want to quit. And that was that. Maybe that's why I kept doing it for so many years without seeing any results, because I did not want to quit. I did not want to quit. I did not want to feel like a quitter. I have done other things and then I have, stopped and quit doing them. And this time I was serious. I was saying, Lord, I do not want to quit this. I don't want to quit one more thing, right? And it pained me when I felt that God told me, no, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. So let me rewind. I was at this conference and I was serving in the children's ministry. I was reading a Bible story for them in their book that is illustrated with images, right? And I got to the story of Peter when he was fishing all night and didn't get any fish. So I saw the first thing that caught my attention was Peter's face. His face looked disappointed. Well, first he was leaning on the boat and he was like this, leaning, and his face looked disappointed. He looked frustrated. His face to me was saying, what's going on? Why haven't I caught any fish at all? That was his livelihood. That was how he provided for his family. So he was obviously thinking, what is going on? And that was me. That I was connecting with that story because that was me at the moment. 2024, my husband and I separated, so I really wanted to have some income from this, from being a real estate agent, because I need to provide for my children. There's things that we gotta pay, we gotta live, right? So I was frustrated because I was not seeing anything at all, and I just connected with him. I felt like that was me. I have been trying. I'm sure he was trying to get fish all night. He was doing what he knew he was supposed to do, and that was me. I was doing what I knew I was supposed to do, but no results were happening. So I was frustrated, and as I saw his face, I identified myself in him. But then Jesus tells him, throw your net to the other side. And so I kept thinking, okay. And for me, it was, don't keep doing the same thing. I have been showing you, and I'm showing you where to throw your net now. So now it was in this podcast and sharing his word, it was something that he was already showing me that I was going to do, but I didn't know the timing. I didn't know when is this going to happen. I love sharing his word, and I love sharing his word with women, and I love ministering to women and to the youth. So those are two the two areas that I'm passionate in. I love to add value and to minister and to make a difference in women's lives. So that is where I'm passionate. And he had been showing me. So as I kept praying and meditating, just the ideas kept coming into my mind. He was downloading the ideas. And okay, I landed in a YouTube channel and a podcast. I said, okay, I'm going to share your word. I believe that this is where you're calling me to. So I'm going to step in faith and be obedient. And I'm going to stop fishing in that area, in the real estate business area for now. Maybe eventually it'll be investments, not a real estate agent. But yeah, so that's how I felt he had been guiding me. And here we are. After, it's been many months already, maybe more than I wish it would have been, but it's happening, and I'm just being obedient. So I'm being obedient to his calling. I'm being obedient to what I believe he is calling me to do. So that's how this podcast was born. This is his podcast. And I keep on telling him, yeah, this is your podcast, because it became a burden, because this is out of my comfort zone. It became something that I was getting a lot stressed about, because I was seeing myself as I'm the one responsible for this. But I had to come to the perspective where he actually showed me I see myself as a helper, right? That's how I see myself. I'm good at helping people. That's what I say. I'm good. You have this project, I'll help you. You want to do this event, I'll help you. I do believe, and I see myself as a good helper. And when I was thinking that in my head, that, Lord, I don't think I see myself as the leader, as the CEO of this project. And then I felt that he said to my mind, then see yourself as my helper. So that changed my perspective. I said, oh, yeah, okay, I can do that. I can help you. I can be your helper. So he has been telling me that I am his helper, that I am his vessel, which is something that we hear very often, but then we take on the responsibility, right? That's what I was doing. We want to take on the responsibility. I don't know why, but that was happening to me. And so he's been changing my perspective. See yourself as my helper, as my instrument, as my vessel. And that's who I am. So in this podcast, it belongs to him, and I am his helper. And I really wish and hope it. No, actually, I'm not going to say wish and hope. I really believe that is going to bless you. That is going to bless women. That is going to bless mothers. And now, this podcast is directed to you as a mom in the season of raising teens. What I want to do is share my experiences, share what my experience has been raising my teens, what has worked for me and what hasn't. I want to share practical tips and advice as well. And I'm not portraying myself to be the perfect mother, because I haven't been, and I'm not. I'm still working on things. God is still working on in me, in myself, and renewing my mind and renewing me, and I'm growing in fellowship and relationship with Him, and that is what I teach my children as well. I don't have perfect children either. I want to make that clear. I don't have perfect children, but I do want to share my experiences with you, and I really do hope that they bless you and that they help you and that they encourage you. And I want to share, I already said practical tips, but also Holy Spirit inspired messages. I do feel that I have the three following episodes that the Holy Spirit has given to me to share in this first episodes of the podcast. So they will be focused on emotional and mental healing. That's what they will be about. So yeah, that's me, and that's what the podcast will be about. It's for you, women, mothers, Christian women of faith, Christian mothers of faith that are in the season of raising teens. I really hope that you can connect with me and that I can be a blessing to you and to your children, that I can make a difference. Yeah, that's all I can say. But I really do hope that I can make a difference and that we can connect with each other. Not just through you listening to me, but I would love to get to know you. If you are listening and if you keep on listening, you can also introduce yourself in the comments, write a review, and watch me on YouTube channel as well. I will have a YouTube channel, and I will be on the podcast platforms. We're working on my social media channels for this podcast. On Facebook and Instagram. So what I want to ask of you is follow me, leave a review again, a comment, introduce yourself. I would love to get to know you, and thank you so much for listening to me. I'll see you on the next episodes. Bye-bye.